Hey guys, it's Vintage Vinny and welcome to my What's Sold on eBay video. We're going to take a look at everything that I sold for the month of December 2022. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? So the first thing I was able to sell for Q4 was this bottle of cologne spray. It's from the NFL brand. I bought that at an antique store, I think for like $4, and I sold it for $19.99 on sale, 20%. I don't know what it is, but I love finding these Scotch tape dispensers in the shape of different objects, like a martini glass or even the shoes. People like to give those as white elephant gifts, or, just for somebody who enjoys fun novelty items like this. So I pick them up when I can find them at a really good price. So I think I paid about $3 for this one, and I had it in my shop for $15, and it sold for 20% off at $11.99. So I don't know what it is with me and beauty products, but I have really good luck selling certain things. I'd never heard of this brand Paul Sebastian before, and this is a new and sealed bottle of cologne. It's probably from the early 2000s, judging by the ticket that was on it. I bought this the last time I was in Adamstown at a really cool, funky thrift store. And I bought a whole bunch of things that day. I think I spent like a little over $200 in there. And I averaged out everything, so it came to about like $8 and change. I had this in my shop for $100, and then it went on sale 20%, so it sold for the sale price of $79.99. A lot of the Lenox pieces that I find will typically go on Amazon if they have their barcode or if they're in their box. Sometimes some Lenox pieces can do relatively well on eBay. I bought this at a thrift store, and I think I paid about $10 for it. I went ahead to see if I could find it on Amazon, but there are no listings for it right now, or at least I don't think there still are. So I paid about $10, and it sold on sale for $27.99. Again, with the skincare products, I love looking at the grab bags that the Goodwills offer, because you never know what you're going to find in them. So I was looking in one bag. I saw a whole bunch of beauty products, and I decided to go ahead and look up some of them, and some were going for like 25, 30, and a little bit more than that. And I paid about $5 for the bag. I think there were 4 products in that bag, so that comes to about $1.25 a piece, or $1.50 a piece, I believe. I think it was $1.25. I don't remember. And I can't do math when I'm filming for whatever reason. But anywho, I sold this facial peel mask for $22. Not bad, right? This was an item that I bought intentionally for myself. With the new year coming, I did decide to go ahead and start paring down some of my things because I have a lot of stuff, both for my business and for myself. And I just need to focus more on letting go of stuff rather than going out and finding more, because it just becomes too overwhelming. Anywho, so this was something I decided to go ahead and part with. I did list it for, I think, $50. It did go on sale at the time I was running the 20% off sale, and then somebody offered me $25. That's how much I paid for it, and because I was in the mood to part with things, I went ahead and sold it for the price that I bought it for, because I didn't lose anything, I didn't gain anything. I got exactly what I spent on it back. So, probably right after Thanksgiving, or maybe early December, I can't remember, I went on a listing binge and I spent the entire day listing a bunch of things that I'd had. And I think I wound up listing maybe just a little over 30 things, and that took me pretty much all day to do. Anywho, and one of them happens to be this really awesome Bath & Body Works honeysuckle fragrance. I actually got this at an antique store. Now, I don't know about you all, but I'm one of those people that doesn't really mind when antique stores offer newer goods to sell, because if it's not old or vintage at all, sometimes dealers will price it really reasonably just to clear it out, because maybe they got it at an auction or something and they just want to get rid of it, so they'll price it at a really good price and you can make some decent money on it. Now, I know that there are some people out there who are not really a fan of, like you go to an antique store, you should see old things and, like vintagey stuff. It doesn't bother me per se because, perfect example of, if I buy something and I decide to pay up for it, I can find a bunch of other things, both new and old, that can either help me cut down my cost of the item I paid up for or help pay it off completely and make profits on the items themselves. So that's my 2 cents on that. But I paid about $4 for this piece, and I sold it for a best offer of $20. Keep your eyes peeled for Bath & Body Works stuff. Some of the older stuff can do really well, stuff they don't make anymore. And sometimes the company will change the formula for the fragrance, so if somebody wants the original, the original scent that wasn't tampered with, or the formula didn't change, they will pay a little bit more for it because it's not made the same way, like as if you were to go to the Bath & Body Works store and get it, like in present day. So keep your eyes peeled, because sometimes some of this stuff can do really well. Another item that I picked up at an antique store is this 3-step skin care Clinique soap set. I think I actually got that for 50 cents. It was from a booth that was 50% off. And I sold it for full asking price of $16.99. This Bob Ross Master Paint Set is from about 1994. I think I bought this right before the pandemic hit. And my original intentions were to sell it on Amazon, but for whatever reason, they didn't want it going into the warehouses. So I decided to hold on to it for a while, and then I think during this listing binge, I decided to go ahead and just put it up and see if anybody would be interested in it. It's brand new, or it was brand new when I bought it. And I had it up for $125. I knocked off 20% off with my sale in my store. And it sold for the sale price of $99.99, and I invested about $30 into that piece. But I knew that it was going to be something because Bob Ross stuff is still very popular. Do any of you all ever have that one item, or maybe even a few items in your store that constantly pop up in your send offer to buyer tab when you go to your selling page on the eBay app? This was one of them. This Scotch tape sandal tape dispenser. It, over the months, just kept coming into that feed, and sometimes when I'd go to click the send offer to buyer, it would say you have no eligible buyers for this item at the moment, something along those lines. So it would just disappear, and then it would come back, same thing, and then I'd send an offer to somebody, it would work, and then it just wouldn't again. It was the weirdest thing. And then after a while, somebody decided to go ahead and purchase it when it went on sale, so I think I paid about $4 or $5 for that at an antique store. And it sold for $15.99. Something that I find really, really cool, and I would probably still use today, is this cool faucet fountain from the 90s. I got that at one of our indoor flea market / peddler malls for I think 75 cents, and I sold it for $14.99. Basically what you can do with this is you can convert your faucet in the bathroom to a drinking fountain for brushing your teeth or something like that. It's just convenient. really fun novelty. I hope the person who bought it either bought it for nostalgic purposes or they're actually going to use it. Back with the beauty products again. This is a Jessica McClintock Simply Adorable gift set. I bought this at a Goodwill, and I think when I did end up buying this, the color of the week, whatever color it was on sale, so I got it for $2.50. I listed it for $19.99, and then at the time I was running a 10% off sale, so it sold for the sale price of $17.99. This came out of one of those Goodwill grab bags that they put on the walls. Throw a bunch of random pish posh into one bag and try to sell it all. Got this for I think about $5.49. Well, the whole bag was $5.49, so I probably spent maybe no more than $2 on this. It's a brand new bottle of the Christmas cookie. And I sold it for, I think it was $22 that I took a best offer on that. So sometimes when people can't find a certain product that they're looking for, be it whether they're shopping at Nordstrom or Kohl's or even TJ Maxx or Marshalls, sometimes they'll turn to the internet to see if they can find it. And considering that this is a Christmas scent, I'm happy that I listed it when I did, because I'm sure somebody got this as a gift. So to keep a long story short with this item, I live in a smaller community. And my little town was doing a town day. I think it was probably in early spring. And there was a craft fair going on, and literally it's within walking distance of my house. Like I could get there in not even 5 minutes. And there was some people selling crafts. There was one booth that had a bunch of really good vintage stuff, and then there were some yard sales going on. So I went and got some cash, and I bought some stuff at this garage sale. I think I paid about $3 for this set. And I messaged the buyer, and I asked them, or told them, hey, I have another set of these, do you want it? And I never heard a response back, so I just went ahead and listed the second set that I had. So, hey, live and you learn, right? Hopefully somebody else gets a good deal on these as well. So this item is something that I bought at a peddler mall, a place where I cannot look anything up because the cell reception is so bad. So I really have to buy on instinct, or if the price is decent enough. So I did spend about $15 on this retired Pottery Barn Santa's Reindeer line pitcher. This line can be very collectible depending on what the item is. This was one of the giant pitchers. And like I said, I invested $15. It was an item that again ended up in my send offer to buyers tab a lot. I listed it, I think, right after Christmas last year, or like right before Christmas hit last year, so probably was a little late, so it did sit for well over a year. But it finally did sell. I had it up for, I think, $90, dropped it down to $79.99, and then it went on sale to $71.99, and then I sent out an offer of $66, and somebody took it. So I made $51 on this piece, so I can't complain. Another beauty product I was able to sell is a Jean Naté gift set. I got this at an antique store for $12, and for whatever reason, the Jean Naté, I think it's the body powder that's the most valuable because maybe they don't make it anymore or something. I don't know. I know that the Afterbath Splash is still sold today, but I guess, I don't know. Got it for $12, and I sold it for $53.99. So remember I was telling you all a while back that the Royal Copley black and white roosters sell for about $25 to $30? Well, I was able to find one at an antique store in a booth that was, I guess the vendor was retiring and they were running like a really good sale. So I bought some stuff from them, and I think this came out to be like $3.50. So anytime you see the white Royal Copley roosters, pick them up, because you see the yellow ones all the time, but you don't see this one very often, so keep your eyes peeled for that if you're out and about and you see them. Moving right along, the second to last item that I actually sold for the month of December is this really awesome Coalport Wedgwood Wiseman, made of a resin material. I actually bought these on my way back home for my first trip ever back out to the Adamstown, Ephrata area. And I remember I listed them, and I actually sold one of them for like $50. And then the other ones I listed kind of higher, so I dropped the price on them because maybe I was asking too much. So I paid about $4 a piece for them, and I sold this one for $35.99. Speaking of things that have been around for quite a while, are this Video Now set. If you have kids or grandkids that are my age, this was a really big deal back in the day because, you know, DVDs were slowly but surely becoming a thing. I will say that the Video Now, the players themselves were cruddy with the black and white, and then they upgraded to some like color flip thing, and they were better, I remember. But I bought this, I think, probably back in 2020 at a flea market. I think I paid $10 for all of it. I had it up for a long time. I had it up for $50. Nobody budged. Then I dropped the price down $10. And then I ran a 10% off sale. Somebody offered me, I think either I sent them an offer of $30 or they offered me $30. So I went ahead and took it, so I made $20 on it. I don't really think my picture was all that great, because there's stuff in the background that shouldn't be there. But I guess I was just trying to make do with what I had at the time. And of course I tested all the discs to make sure they worked. And I know I was very honest with everything. And the person that bought them from me left me a really nice, positive feedback, so that was really great. So folks, that's everything that I would like to share with you all. Everything that I sold for the month of December 2022. Let me know down below in the comments section what were some of your better sales for the month of December. I'd love to hear about it. So I will see you all in my next video. You all have a great one.